Hello there, Internet. Guy who's too lazy to shave here, and I got another MTG video for you beautiful mofos today. And today we're going to play one of my favorite archetypes in Magic the Gathering, and that is Rakdos Aristocrats, a new version post Coreset 2020, which features a brand new toy that's extremely efficient and synergistic in this build, and that is Chandra, Acolyte of Flame. This 3-mana Planeswalker has gone from a card that I was, I guess, acknowledging, but not truly interested at all, because at first when I saw this card, I figured it would just be another extra tool in the already vast and powerful arsenal that Mono Red Aggro has. I was more focused on Chandra Awaken the Inferno for Grixis and the likes. I didn't really think too much of Chandra Acolyte of Flame, and it's gone from that to one of my easily top 3 cards in Coreset 2020, because Chandra Acolyte of Flame is, in my opinion, what all other 3-mana Planeswalkers should strive to be. I hope Wizards have learned from their, previous design in regards to War of the Spark and this new set. And I think they move forward with more cards like Chandra Acolyte of Flame and less Narsets and Teferis when it comes to 3-mana Planeswalkers. Why do I like Chandra so much? Because she basically is a powerful, interesting, but at the same time vulnerable and fair 3-mana Planeswalker. And the way she is designed, because of how different all 3 of her abilities are, means that she synergizes with specific decks, but she does so in various ways. And what I'm trying to say with this is that she's a highly synergistic resource that in a way branches out and interacts with different strategies in, like I said, different ways. How does she does this? Well, as I said, her 3 abilities are very different, and for example, if you incorporate her into a more Elementals tribal list, she's obviously going to support the archetype because of her ability to create 2 red Elemental creature tokens every turn, which can proc the likes of Risen Reef. But then if you go over to something like Grixis Control, you can incorporate her as a way to give you a 3-mana resource that can immediately damage opposing 3-mana Planeswalkers with haste units that she generates, on top of the fact that we can use her -2 to recycle through our disruptive tools in our graveyard, such as Thought Erasure, Cast Down, Tyrant Scorn, Duress, Cry the Carnarium, etc., and use those in specific scenarios to, get the upper hand going for us, right? Like her -2 can be really good in a control shell because of that, on top of the fact that she has an ability that can put a loyalty counter on each red Planeswalker you control, which can be very relevant because this works on Nicol Bolas Dragon God and can enable us to go for his ultimate 1 turn earlier, which can mean the difference between getting it off or not. And as you can see in this particular deck, this is another completely different strategy in which she shines tremendously. But the way she does so is by providing us with sack outlets that we can capitalize on with the likes of Priest of Forgotten Gods, or spells such as Spark Harvest and Bankrupt in Blood, alongside God Eternal Bond 2, Playcrafter. These elemental creatures, when they die, trigger Mayhem Devil, so they also enable us to draw cards with the Liliana. As you can see, like, the vast majority of our deck synergizes with Chandra, and that's crazy for like one card to do. Like, this card provides us so much support to the strategy, and it does so in a different way than what she, how she works with Timor Elementals, or how she works in Grixis Control. That's why I really like this card from a design perspective, and why she's become one of my favorites. It's because she's just so flexible and supports in so many different ways that it's always so interesting. I'm always very excited when I get to build a deck around a Chandra Acolyte of Flame, and I guess that's where I'll end this fanboy, the Chandra fanboy, well, Pinocchio version of Chandra, at least, when it comes to the art portion of the deck tech. As you can see, the rest of the deck is basically a Rakdos Aristocrat deck, which tries to capitalize on sacrificing our own creatures to provide us with a value, a tempo, and value and tempo advantage over the opponent. We have Priest of Forgotten Gods, which is the most important 2-drop in this deck, and alongside Chandra, these 2 are the core of this build, and if we can get them on turn 2 and turn 3 respectively, we're in for a very, very favorable game, and at least when it comes to us, as these two work extremely well together. As you can see, we play Chandra turn 2, we play Chandra turn 3, we get the 2 sack outlets for Priest, and we also enable ourselves to ramp 2 mana that same turn, which can enable us to draw perhaps another Priest, or play something like a Lazotep Reaver, or maybe even a couple of 1-drops as well. Because of Chandra's ability to generate 2 elemental creature tokens every turn, she kind of serves as an engine in this build that can give us sack outlets for powerful low-cost mana plays, such as Spark Harvest, which can technically for 1 mana destroy either any creature or any planeswalker that we want by just sacrificing one of these elemental creature tokens or something else, of course. And the same can be said about Bankrupt in Blood. I like this as a one-off as well, because for 2 mana we basically get to draw 3 cards if we have a Chandra on the board, and we have the mana for this, which is just absolutely nutty. On top of that, we have got Eternal Bond too, to kind of like provide us with 2 more copies of a card that can enable us to refuel if we have flooded in the game, or if the matchup has dragged out quite a bit, because that's one of the main weaknesses of Rakdos Aristocrats, is the fact that we run out of steam rather easily, and we can be put in a situation in which we are completely reliant on top decks, right? And that's not where we want to be. So we want to be able to refuel, and Bankrupt in Blood and God Eternal Bond to provide us with that utility. Revival is there to basically return either Mayhem Devil, Judith, or more importantly, Priest of Forgotten Gods onto the board, because if we manage to have a Priest on the board, that makes our deck significantly stronger, especially against any sort of creature-based deck. And we have a 1-off Gruesome Menagerie to support our curve, 2 copies of Playcrafter, and a big boy Bomb in Liliana alongside Cavalier of Night as a 1-off, which is the most recent addition, as this can give us with some really good utility that synergizes with our Aristocrat sort of strategy, that can also give us a resurrection mechanism for, again, Priest or one of these 2 when he goes to the graveyard, or basically when he dies. And when it comes to the sideboard, we have 2 Disfigures, 3 Duresses, 2 Cast Downs, 1 Elder Spell, 2 Direfleet Daredevils, 3 Midnight Reapers, and 2 Command the Dreadhorde. This sideboard is mainly geared towards improving our matchup versus Esper Control, which is by far our worst matchup. As you can see, the vast majority of our sideboard is meant to capitalize on that. Command the Dreadhorde is a very powerful win condition against them, because they don't really apply enough pressure to us through creatures, so we have enough time to, you know, be at a reasonable amount of health, and then just turn both graveyards into an army and use that to kill them. Hopefully, alongside Playcrafter and Duress to, you know, both refuel and to dispatch their hand. We also have some tools like, you know, double Disfigure, double Cast Down, and Direfleet Daredevils to improve our matchup against mono red and other aggressive strategies, because those are the 2 matchups that we have to like sideboard for, technically, like very fast aggro builds or very slow control decks, because anything in between is a sort of matchup that we are prepared for, and we should have the upper hand. One of the cool things about Priest as well is that if we get her under counterspell range, we can defeat the likes of Mono Blue Tempo and Simic Flash with her and her alone, which is kind of crazy to say, but as long as we have sack fodder, they just can't really stop her from going. And because we ramp as we trigger her ability, we float more mana than they can use to counter us, and thus we get the upper hand. And that is the deck list right there. A beautiful deck when it comes to synergy. Rakdos Aristocrats is one of the most highly synergistic builds in standard Magic the Gathering. I love it. I never get tired of playing it, and I think most importantly, it's one of the most fun archetypes out there. And hopefully you guys feel my love for this strategy as you see today's gameplay. It is best of 3. And there are some pretty fucking good games. I had a lot of fun. I always have fun with this deck, and hopefully you guys enjoy this homebrew, which I just absolutely love to play, and I'm absolutely very excited to share with you. And I'll end it there. Have a soul day. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for daily MTG content. One of these days I'll shave, hopefully. And I'll stop stuttering as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. The control matchup is the one that I'm the most concerned about. I'm going to keep this. I have a turn 1 play with Footlight Fiend. Turn 2 Reaver as well. I can even sacrifice the token and the Fiend with Bankrupt Blood and just draw 3 cards. I'm trying really hard to justify this card, but obviously it has lost us a few games in best of 1 though. I don't know, I really like it. Like, on paper I really like it, right? But when I actually play, I run into situations in which I top deck it, I have no board state, you know, it's tough. Like, maybe I just don't have enough Swarm to justify it, but on paper it works so well with Chandra. So well. So fucking well. Is Costly Plunder better? What does Costly Plunder do? Because I don't know the card, honestly. Like, maybe I derped here. We're gonna get Priest of Forgotten Gods in there, because this could be... I doubt it's like a Simic Flash with Temple of Mystery, but oh my goodness. Music for my ears. Dum-ba-dum-dum-dum. I could Revival Revenge here. I think I will. This applies so much pressure. Transient Melody. The big problem I'm running into here, I don't really mind about this too much. I think I want to use Bankrupt and Blood here just to draw. Here comes the DJ. Here comes the DJ. Maybe I need more copies of Gruesome Menagerie. Ooh. The problem is if I sacrifice these two. No, the way I actually have to do it is I have to play Chandra.
What's better than having a plan? Basically,
but then
anything.
I have to sacrifice one of the elementals and one of this, because if I sacrifice this, I'll be able to ping those two, yeah. So I gotta go with this.
Don't worry, I brought company.
Gotta sacrifice you and you, because I need a non-token unit. I ping these two down. Beautiful. I technically, like, do I sacrifice Judith? No, I preserve Bankrupt and Blood for later. I go for damage. He could mass manipulation here. But if he does mass manipulation, he can't really afford to steal Chandra because I'll just kill Chandra. He's thinking about what to steal, basically. He has a mass manipulation. But he can't really afford, like, if he steals Chandra, it literally just buys him a turn, and not even that. These two together are so powerful. It's just, that won't cut it, bruh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if I sacrifice these two, I gotta sacrifice these two, right? Because if I go Playcrafter here, I sacrifice. I could even sacrifice Playcrafter himself, and then I would ping this twice, and then I have a total of 2, 10, 8. No, I still don't quite kill him. Beautiful. And that's GG. Bankrupt in blood style, baby. There we go. Alright, so we definitely want the dresses. Honestly, I believe we may want Midnight Reaper here. Like, I don't really want to change too much else. But I do want the dresses. So maybe I could take out one. I mean, Bankrupt in Blood is pretty damn good here, though. I can maybe take out one Spark Harvest. Though Spark Harvest was pretty damn useful there. But I think it's just more important for me. He's playing Banned, so he's less likely. I think Revival Revenge is actually worse here, because he's less likely to actually like kill my creatures. They're probably running Tameo, yeah. I'm gonna go with this. I feel like I need the dresses. I could have also brought Midnight Reaper. Like I mean, Midnight Reaper can be good to refuel myself, but I already have the blood. I'm gonna lead off with Gutter Bones though, because I want to apply as much damage as I possibly can, and I don't really need to duress until a certain point, a certain turn. And that turn is now because okay. Oh, that certainly sucks. I'll trade that. He can fight this though. He can play the Voracious Hydra here. So maybe that wasn't the best play. But if I bait out the Voracious Hydra, that means if I run into something like... Okay, never mind.
Power surges through these lands. Behold, nature's true power.
I don't want to block that. Unfortunately, we're kind of stuck here. Hard to rest in anything there.
The land shall conquer you.
Maybe I should just keep it down to 2 duresses. I mean, it's gonna be pretty much over when that Crassus hits the board. Yikes. My only hope is double Mayhem Devil can amount to something. I know, like maybe, but it's not even. Like I need some crazy top decks here, and I don't quite have them.
Harness the elements.
I'm just thinking, is there's like literally no top deck, because double Mayhem Devil can be a very powerful thing, right? But there's just no top deck here that can. And he plays Voracious Hydra, he kills one of them. So I think 3 duress is. I still stand behind like bringing duress, but I think 2 copies of it may be better. I do want the Spark Harvest because I have to be able to answer stuff like Nisa immediately. Cast down can be quite important because I do want to deny his card draw, but I'm gonna keep it like this. Maybe I could bring in a 1 cast down over a Bankrupt in Blood, because the most important thing is denying his ramp, right? But the reality is the most key thing is getting Priest of the Forgotten Gods in there. And this is an opening hand with Priest and Chandra enabled, both on curve, so this is something I'm going to keep. I'm going to hope for no turn 1 elf. We drop turn 2 Priest. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Not to brag, but I'm totally. Say hi to my fiery friends.
Nice. Well, this is the equivalent of you getting a Nisa on turn 3, buddy. We get a damage first. Then we sacrifice these 2. It's beautiful. This is what I live for, man. This is why I play this deck. Precisely because of this. We get another Priest in there because getting more Priests is exactly what we need. This deck is just, if I manage to get this going, man. If I manage to have turn 2 Priest and turn 3 Chandra, this deck is just, it's just a thing of beauty, man. An absolute thing of beauty. It's so damn good. It kind of feels like Boros Feather in that sense. Like, if you don't draw Feather and Boros Feather, the deck is, like, significantly weaker. If I don't draw Priest... Jesus Christ. This man is, like, uber dead.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
I'll attack with these 2 because I want to keep both Priests in the backup. Now I don't even have to worry about an entrancing melody. We tap. We sacrifice our minions. Draw. And we actually like don't really have anything else to do. So we just keep it like this. All right.
Oh, they're so cute.
God damn, dude. Do I just play this? Just to get 2 more damage on him? I don't know. It's 2 damage. It can go a long way, but... Yeah, I guess I am flooding a little bit here. Too much of a reactive hand, I guess. That's what I want to see. Took you a while.
Don't worry, I brought company.
I just missed lethal. I just missed lethal. Well, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I missed lethal. Didn't matter. But I missed lethal because I had to do that and then play another Chandra, go for it again, and then kill it. But yeah, we did it for style points, basically. Calculated BM. I have a feeling I should be running more high-end cards, though. I have a feeling my curve may be a little bit too low. That seems weird to say, but... Like, that game, once I got going, I felt like I didn't have, like, that many power plays awaiting me, you know? Like, I may have to tweak that a bit. Yeah, Bond 2 could be a good option. Okay, so if this is Mono Blue or Simic Flash or whatever, getting Priests of Forgotten Gods in there is incredibly important. We could get countered here, so what would we rather have countered? We want to have the Mayhem Devil. Another Priest is nice. So maybe something we can do is we can try to just play Crafter. See, the big problem with this thing... I actually don't want to use Spark Harvest yet. I want to make use and play this Mayhem Devil here. Make use of the fact that he's tapped out, basically. This is really unfortunate. This is super unfortunate. I got just a little bit too flooded here. So this turn, what I could actually do, instead of sacrificing with Priest here, this turn I can actually Spirit Harvest and ping that. Oh, Spark Harvest, sorry. And hopefully I don't draw into a land here. My God, dude. The thing is, because he has this enabled, he could have like nothing in his hand. This really blows. This is really unfortunate. Maybe Playcrafter should be a one-off. I don't know. This is tough. This is tough. Do I like, if I don't do this now and he plays like a Merfolk Trickster, he kills me. I'm gonna try this. If he counters this, then it's super over. All right. That's what I needed. That's what I needed. Liliana? Liliana would be amazing here. That's unfortunate. Alright. But that's what we have the sideboard for. We definitely do want Duresses and Disfigures. Potentially cast downs as well. We want to take out the likes of Spark Harvest and Bankrupt in Blood. And perhaps take out one Revival Revenge. Let's try this. Man, if those, if I had just one creature. Like if I top deck a Footlight Fiend, that was, even if he had Dive Down, and it wouldn't matter because I would ping the other thing first. Okay, let's keep this. We gotta be aggressive, so we gotta lead off with this. Let's go. Could do this. That could be an op, that could be a pirate. I'm gonna opt to go double Footline just to apply pressure. Beautiful. Can't trade into any of them, buddy. Bam. Got it. All right. The magic of going first. At its, like, you know, entirely just the beauty of going first. So now we're going second, so that beauty belongs to our opponent, and therefore things will be, you know, a little bit more complicated, but hopefully we can draw properly. Hopefully we can I would keep this hand if it was a one lander. Oh, for fuck's sake, man, really? Dude, I would be inclined to keep this and just hope that I top deck lands, because I am on the draw, and this is such a clean curve. If I can find like a second and a third land, I'm on the draw here, man. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Ah, there we go. Right, so unfortunately here, he should not be able to counter this priest. Nice. Oh, my Wushindaru, bitches. My Mushindaru. Alright, we're back in it. Beautiful.
Won't lie, I'm a favorite, don't worry. I brought company.
I knew I had to play the Playcrafter first to get the counter spell. We can recycle a cast down, potentially. But basically, I played the Playcrafter first because I wanted to get his last counter spell before I played Chandra. Chandra's the most important thing here. So, we got it out of him. He's keeping it on top. That's dangerous. What does that mean?
irritating
No.
here.
Easy peasy. Easy, easiest of peasies, boys.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
God damn it, I love this deck. I fucking love this deck. Bam! Bam! I don't care if I'm flooded! I don't care if I'm flooded. Oh! Shut down! Outplayed. We got a number, boys. We earned it. Will you make a sideboard for Ancient Bones? I get that question a lot. I'll work on it. I've been focusing on, you know, venturing into other decks, but I'll get back to Ancient Bones, and I think I'm gonna like revamp the deck because I think there's ways that I can make it better for sure, and it is still to this day my favorite archetype in Standard. So I'll get back to it, and I will design a sideboard for it. Yeah. I will keep this because turn 1 Gutter Bones and turn 2 Priest. We're facing, you know, he's got red, which means he's likely running shocks or lightning strikes or lava coils. Therefore, he's likely to have answers for this incoming Priest. This is one of the reasons why I like running 2 revives or revival. Okay, so it's Timur. I like seeing that second Priest. That's very reassuring, right? That indicates to me that he has no shock. We're gonna go ahead and drop this Priest, especially because on turn 3, a Risen Reef is something that we can counter here. Yeah. Well, not counter, but we can answer, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. First of all, I'm going to attack. Then I'm going to drop Gutter Bones. Unfortunately, I don't find the third land, which is obviously a big issue. I could have dropped a second Priest, but I'm going to opt to go with the Gutter Bones from my graveyard, because it's harder to get that going, and I can make use of the mana that turn that way. Well, I do always have the mana for it. Okay, Spark Harvest is really good here. I really would wish I could draw into a land here, though.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Alright, so I really want to land here. Really want to land very badly. There we go. Do we need to play it now, is the question. We can't really afford to, no. What we have to do is we have to Spark Harvest. We have to Spark Harvest now.
Rest.
I need to keep drawing lands here. This is one of the reasons why sometimes, you know, 23 lands. Yikes. If only these were like lands instead. Okay, that's That's what I need here. Let's think. I mean, there's not much to think here about, unfortunately. We're going to have to drop a Playcrafter. Okay, that means he has another Omnath, which is obviously a problem. Okay, or just has that. Interesting. I'm lacking here. I'm too slow. Because of the fact that I had these cards stacked up in my hand and I didn't curve out properly. Okay, he's got us. He's got us. That's fine. All right. To more elementals. To more elementals. How do we do this? Honestly, it doesn't seem like I need to change much here. Obviously, being able to answer. I like the Spark Harvest. Is it that I'm lacking? Is it that am I making like this is the problem? Because I just need to draw Chandra. Like that's the thing. Like I didn't draw Chandra that game, and I could really tell the difference. Because the question is, do I want cast downs? Yeah, I just drew too much from the top end. You're completely right there. I'm gonna take out one Bankrupt in Blood, and I'm gonna add in one cast down just to have an extra source of removal. I'm gonna keep it like this. I don't think I should be changing much. It's a mid-range matchup. We don't really need to be changing much. The key thing though is drawing, curving out properly. We just weren't able to curve out well that game. And unfortunately, I'm not really happy with this hand. I will take this one though, because I have a turn 2 Priest and a turn 3 Chandra, and that's the ideal scenario with this, and a Liliana that I could potentially curve out into. So I'm gonna return the mountain. We lead off with the Bloodfell Caves. And hopefully he doesn't have an answer for this. Hopefully we see like a... Yes, perfect, perfect, perfect.
I learned a bunch of new brain cells. Don't worry, I brought company.
It's a great draw. And next turn, if he doesn't kill off my priest, I can play into Liliana. No, don't kill, don't kill, don't kill her. No, Okay, fine. Fine. Eat this.
Go get him, buddies.
I mean, at this point, drawing into Judith is also fantastic here. Because I'm close to being able to curve out into Liliana. My opponent is apparently mana screwed. Which basically he's going through what I went through last game.
Don't worry, I brought company.
So is he top decking these lava coils? Because otherwise he should have gone for it turn 2. He must have top decked these lava coils. If he shows a third one, then that literally means he top decked 3 lava coils in a row. Alright. So game 1, I got mana screwed. Game 2, he got mana screwed. I mean, cast down doesn't really do much in destroying other things, though. But I mean, I think bankrupt and blood can be a bit. And I'm more reactive now that I'm going. Let's go with this. Problem is he's playing Lava Coil, right? And with Lava Coil, my revival is less useful. Game 3, you both get massacred. All right, come on, show me something good here. Is this good enough? Is this good enough? I'm gonna keep it. It's got a lot of lands, but I have upped my curve. He has a turn 1 elf. That's never a good thing to see. We have Gruesome Menagerie as well, but only 2 drops here. This is not looking too hot. Not gonna lie. We could see a turn 3 Nissa. Okay, I like that Bantu there. We're going to try to get in here with the priest. Hope for no Lava Coil. Okay, Lava Coil. Yep. Thanks. Alright. What's to be expected? We're gonna play Reaver. We definitely got to destroy this. We got to keep the other one for a Nissa. Obviously, a Hydroid Crassus is the last thing we want to see at this point. Like, in this stale state, we're not in a terrible position, except for the fact, like I said, that a Hydroid Crassus just kind of like swing this around. So we just gotta be worried about that. I could, on the other hand, play double Bantu, because I do have a Gruesome Menagerie, so I could play Bantu, sacrifice these 2, and get rid of these 2 things. Because I do have Gruesome Menagerie anyways. And at the very least, that also weakens his Crassus. So he won't be drawing as ridiculous. And Nissa is something we can handle.
Strange and magnificent.
Nissa is something we can certainly handle here. The Menace also really comes into play with Bantu.
The land fights for us.
Okay. I'm gonna trade double for that. I want that Nisa out of here. Like right now. Though I could have just paid 5 for that. I made a mistake, but whatever.
I cannot protect you anymore.
I could have just paid the 5 mana for it. I probably should have done that. I mean, I have a gruesome menagerie anyways, but at least that would give me. Okay, is this a if it's a Crassus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? That means he draws 3 cards. 3 cards. That's not the end of the world. This is a counter? I want to play this first because I get the attack boost. And in a way, sacrificing the priest. Okay, that's fine. In a way, sacrificing the priest was actually good because I was able to get her on the board the same turn that I get Judith on the board. And now it's fucking swell. Bantu has proven his worth this game. It was a situation in which I got slightly flooded, but Bantu, you guys were right. Chat was right. What the fuck? Go you. Yes, you. Go. I don't know where, but keep going. There's the snake. Alright, here we go. Here we go. This will make things interesting. Alright, no lava coil. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What do we need to draw here, though? Because we are running a bit low on sacks, but the beautiful thing is we can just sack our Bantu here. I mean, we can go for the Playcrafter, make him sacrifice one of those two, and then we can attack with Bantu. And I think we're good to go for a lethal here. Yep. Beautiful. Ah, oh, so beautiful, man. Attaboy. We ping him in the face. We attack with Bantu. Our new Lord and Savior. That sweet, sweet menace, baby. And how about we finish it off? Yeah, let's do this. Let's do it like this. Clean! Oh, there we go. 4-0, baby. 4-0.